What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Thursday. A 4-game slate tonight, but we still got some fire plays here tonight. My money 6, still doable on this small game slate. Yesterday, pretty aggravating night, so I had some tough luck with two of our guys. First of all, Hunter Renfroe hit a ball. It was about to go over the fence, and the center fielder was like, you know what, screw you. Money Webby, I'm going to go rob this home run from you, and then ended up getting a goose egg because that he didn't get that home run that was about to go out. So that's baseball for you sometimes. And also Alex Wood, he pitched very well and he allowed 3 runs, but he easily could have allowed 0 runs in the first inning. Guy on second, and he pitches a nice pitch, though. It's a breaking ball right to the guy's like ankles, breaking in on him, but then he does like a golf swing home run. It barely gets over the fence. I'm not sure how he ended up hitting it out. I was going to pull it out here, but maybe you can look it up for yourself. That Wilson Contreras home run, though. Pretty annoying because I have no idea how he hit it out. I don't know if he's like juicing or something like that, but it was pretty crazy. So those 2 runs could have easily not happened. Also, the third run was just like one of those swinging kind of like bunt-looking plays where it's just like a soft ground ball. And it went down the line like just stayed fair. So Alex Wood picked it up and tried to flip it to the first baseman. But the first baseman ended up dropping it and trying to throw it home to catch the guy from second, who somehow had a great speed getting back home, and then ended up being safe at the plate. So those 3 runs could have easily not happened, but still some tough luck, the stuff that normally doesn't happen. He still pitched well, 21 DraftKings points, but it could have been like 27, maybe even 28 DraftKings points there for him. Bumgarner had a very good night. Of course, he didn't get any run support as well. He only got 29 DraftKings points, but that could have been 33 if he could have just got like 1 run of support. So the pitching was pretty solid for us. Adrian Beltre had a pretty solid night, and he could have even had a better night. He left some guys on base. Will Myers, he was hitting the ball well, had some line drives and some fly balls, but wasn't able to find any balls in play. So a pretty aggravating night with the plays. Could have been even a bigger night for us with those plays, but I got a good core guys for you here tonight. So go ahead and drop a like on the video before we get going. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's try to get over 80 likes on this one. Thank you for all the support over the last 2 days in the video. So let's just hop into it, though. Rambling too much here. Lance McCullers is going to be my first guy, 11,100. He hasn't had that big game in a while. Like, his strikeouts has been solid over the last 2 games, but he's allowing a bit more home runs and just hits than he normally does over the last few games. So I think he can reach that huge upside that we've seen from McCullers in the past, where he goes for like over 30. I like this game against Cleveland here. When this stuff is on, he's absolutely electric. And in this matchup against Tampa Bay, he has some good BVP against some small sample, but 10 Ks and only a .083 average against them in 23 plate appearances. So great stuff against them in a limited sample, and they're only projected 3.2 runs. Great pitcher's park here in the Tropicana. And, yeah, they can strike out a lot, this Tampa Bay lineup, as we saw with them against some of these Houston starters in the past, like Verlander and Garrett Cole both had, like, around 10 to 13 strikeouts against them recently. I believe Charlie Morton, I think, had a pretty solid outing against them as well. So Lance McCullers here, I think he can just have a big game and get some more strikeouts, around maybe 9 Ks, and just allow not that home run hopefully here, and just reach that upside around 25 to 30 DraftKings points. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as our first pitcher. For my second guy, I'm going to go with Junior Guerra here at 8,200. He's been very safe and just consistent recently. Over his last 9 starts, he's gotten at least 10 DraftKings points. So that's good for a nice safe piece to go with Lance McCullers. And honestly, he could get around 15 to 20 DraftKings points in this matchup against Cincinnati. They're not too scary of a lineup. They do have some solid lefty power with Votto, obviously, and then with Scooter Gennett. But some of these other guys aren't that scary, and Guerrera's strikeout ability has been pretty solid this year, 23% K rate, so he can get some nice Ks to give us that upside and that little floor to him, and I think he can just get the win in this game. He should be able to get good run support, and at 8,200, doesn't need to do that much really to just like keep us afloat on this slate. There's not many good pitchers at all, especially besides Guerra, McCullers, and then Nola obviously at the top. But I think Guerrera is the safest and best option as the SB2 on this slate. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as our second guy. Still got 3,800 remaining per player for the hitters, but we're going to spend that really quick with JD Martinez at 5,600. Going against Jamie Guerra here, very good matchup. JD Martinez obviously has great power. And against righties, though, I think he has 22 out of his 25 home runs. Good for a 366 ISO against them. So, like I said, crazy power, and it's going to be very humid. Also, 12-mile-an-hour winds blowing to left field, so that really helps out these right-handed batters. Hitting for power, the ball should carry very well, and Beret has been getting hit very hard against righty batters, allowing 2.5 home runs per night. So everything kind of adds up for JD Martinez. Having another big outing here, maybe another home run on tap for him. They're projected around 5.5 runs, so Martinez in that power spot could easily get a lot of RBIs and get a home run here. So I think a big night's coming again here for Martinez. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. Also, home splits, absolutely crazy. 13.4 DraftKings points on average. So we're locking him in there. For my second guy, Kinsler, like I mentioned, with that good hitting conditions for the right-handed batters. And against Brian Johnson, the lefty, not a very good pitcher, especially against right-handed batters. So looking at the splits for Johnson, this allows a lot of home runs and a lot of base hitting abilities. So Kinsler hasn't been that great this season. He has been picking up a little bit recently. Nothing really that great in this little stint, but he got 20, 10, 8. Also got 14-6 in a couple of these games in the last 10, so not too bad. He's been kind of hot and cold, but against lefties throughout his career, he's normally very good. So Kinsler at the top of this lineup. They are projected 5 runs. I think he can just do enough to return value here. Maybe hit a home run with those good hitting conditions, or just get us like a double and get on base a few times. So Kinsler, I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there at 3,800. And for my third guy, Nick Williams here at 3,300. Another good value guy. Going against Tanner Roark, not a bad matchup, especially here in Philly, which is a good hitting park, especially for home runs. It actually was the #1 spot for home runs in 2017. It's up there in 2018 as well. So Nick Williams, he'll be in that 5 spot, which is definitely a good value at 3,300. And he has some good pop against right-handed pitchers, a 224 ISO against them this season. Tanner Roark, not a great pitcher. The one thing with Nick Williams is that the thing that he struggles with is striking out a lot. Like in these last couple of matchups against the Yankees pitchers, he struck out a good amount. But Tanner Roark, not really known for his great strikeout abilities, kind of average, middle of the pack. So I think Nick Williams can get the ball in the bat a little bit more here and hit for that power that we have seen this year and this throughout his career. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. Final guy of the core 5, you got McCullers, Guerra, Kinsler, JD Martinez, and Nick Williams. And to round it off, another good value here, Chris Young at 3,300. He's going to be towards the end of the lineup here, but this guy hits very well against left-handed pitchers. Obviously, the full numbers haven't been that great this season. Kind of a limited sample. He was out for a little bit, and he's solid against left-handed pitchers, like I mentioned. A 250 ISO against them this season, and just throughout his career, he hits for good power against lefties. Going against his old team, the Red Sox, of the last 2 seasons, so maybe a little grudge match again here. He did hit a home run against them just the other night. So Chris Young against Brian Johnson is really bad against right-handed batters. I think he can hit for a good power here. And like I mentioned, the good hitting conditions are projected 5 runs. So Chris Young, even in that 8 spot or wherever he'll be in the lineup, could get some RBI opportunities down in the order. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. One of the better values in the Angels lineup as well. Very good against lefties. So that gets you up to 3,700 remaining per player. Definitely some solid money left over with those guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like on the video before you head out. 80 plus likes. Thank you so much if we can hit that. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to get these winning plays every single day. Hopefully some better luck here tonight. Hopefully none of these guys get robbed of the wall. Luckily with the Green Monster, I believe that no outfielder should be able to climb up the wall and rob us there if someone hits it up over the Green Monster. So that's a good thing with these games in Fenway, I guess. But hopefully you have a good night. So good luck tonight, guys, on this 4-game slate. Hopefully we take home some money, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.